Hi, it's Tonya again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't give my info on the last one. I think it's in the description, but my email address is tonya@tonyaarmour.com. My toll-free number is 888-492-7781. My phone number 404-492-7781. All right. So if you have any questions, I'm really not the best person answering the phone, to be honest with you. Texting is much easier for me, and also email, because like I said, I've been getting a lot of phone calls, and I want to make sure that I go ahead and I can respond to everyone. And of course, I'm still doing what I do. I'm a real estate broker, so I'm still working. All right. But the commercial mortgage brokerage is what I did before. This is what originally, when I got into real estate, I got into real estate industry originally in mortgages. I was a residential mortgage broker, then got into commercial loans and opened my own commercial mortgage brokerage back in, goodness, I think it was like 2002, 2003. So several years ago. All right. So did several SBA loans back then. Of course, my biggest was stated income, stated asset back then for the income producing properties. Would make sure if you want to buy some apartments, you wanted to buy, most of the time it was multifamilies, but you wanted some multifamilies, income producing property, no big deal. No, we don't need to see your income. We don't need to see your down payment, where the money's coming from. Here's your credit score. Here you go. Boom. End of story. The property was the collateral. That's what you're getting the loan on. So it was much easier back then. And then, and of course, those loans actually still exist now, but they're just not as favorable as they were back then. But now most of you know me as real estate broker with Rights Realty Group of Georgia. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to what's most important: the documentation you need for the SBA Paycheck Protection Program. All right, they're gonna start processing applications on the 3rd. So today's the 1st. Let's get this paperwork together. All right. First thing, we're going to need the completed application. That's something that you can probably do online. I posted the application. I sent the email out to several of you last night, but also the application you can download from the website coronastimulus2020.biz. All right. You're also going to need your articles of incorporation or articles of organization. That's if you're an Inc. or LLC, that's what you need. You also need your bylaws and operating agreement. We're going to need the driver's license of every owner. Anyone that owns more than 20%, we need their driver's license. We're going to go ahead. Now, this is the part that's different. Okay. This is the most important part. This is what pertains to your the forgivable loan amount. All right. So that's the payroll verification documents. How we're verifying payroll. We're going to need IRS 940 and 941 forms. We're going to want to see a payroll summary report with a bank statement to show that it came out your bank account. And if you don't have a payroll summary report, which is perfectly okay, we'll even take employee pay stubs as of February 15, 2020, with any corresponding bank statement. We'll also need a breakdown of your payroll benefits. So vacation, allowance for dismissal, group healthcare benefits, retirement benefits, anything you have to document that. If you don't have employees necessarily, like with a brokerage, if you don't necessarily have employees, then let's see 1099s for independent contractors. Okay. Then we're going to need certification that all the employees live within the United States. And this is really easy, because what they're really going to do, if we're doing it with when you have the 940 and 941, there's socials attached to it, right? So we know that they're actual U.S. citizens, or we have, if not citizens, then they're at least residents with a social security card. They're legally able to work for you. That's the number one thing they're working for. If not, as long as we have socials, we should be okay on that end. All right. So certification that the employees live within the United States. And if they don't, you have to let them, you need to let them know who doesn't live in the United States. Who are the employees that don't live in the United States? We're going to need a trailing 12-month profit and loss statement as of the date of application. So we're talking about from Friday, 12 months. So April to April. Okay. We're going to need to see a 12-month profit and loss statement. We're also going to need to see a mortgage statement or rent statement. So, because remember, the mortgage interest, not the actual payment, but the mortgage interest and your rent payment, but all of your rent is actually, those are expenses that can be forgivable. So we need to see the lease. And all of this needs to be before February 15th, 2020. All right. We're also going to need to see your most recent utility bills, your electric bill, your gas bill, telephone bill, internet, water. All of this is important. So a lot of people are not huge corporations and they don't have 50 employees or 150 employees. You know, a lot of times the people that I normally work with, they're just like me. They have a small company that they own. They have a few employees, generally independent contractors. And so it's a little harder to get this thing together. You're trying to figure out, do I still qualify? Yes, you do. Your 1099s that you give out every year, that's good. Let's go ahead and still do your profit and loss for the last 12, for the trailing for the last 12 months. Your rent statement, your lease, that's fine. Let's get your lease together. And your utility bills, your cell phone bill, because a lot of us work with our cell phone, your cell phone, your electric bill, your gas bill that you use for your office or your place of business, okay? Your water, whatever you use at your place of business. So I have internet in my business name at my office. That's what we're using. So I'm going to use my internet bill. I'm going to use my cell phone bill. I'm going to actually include my insurance. I pay insurance every month. I'm going to use my insurance. I'm including, in addition to my insurance, I have membership dues, and part of what makes me function as a broker, I can't function without MLS. I'm including all of these things, all of these debt obligations that I don't operate without. Okay? I send everything because that's what you want to do. You will want to send over more of your debts than less. Don't get caught up in, oh, we don't need this because it's not a utility bill. No, don't get caught up in that. You need insurance. You can't operate without insurance for the most part. Most people can't. As a broker, I offer E&O for all of my independent contractors. So that's what we do. All right. So, but that's the list of documentation. Again, it's not a lot. Go ahead and get it together. And remember, it's Corona Stimulus 2020.biz. You can always call me or email me so we can go ahead. And if you need help with any of this, I'm available definitely by email. We can do it by Zoom. We can do a Zoom link. We can get together, and I do a lot of WhatsApp where we can get together and fill out these papers together. All right. In fact, and there's no fee for this. If you need help with your application, call me, text me, email me. Let me help you with getting everything together. Let's get everything in April 3rd. We want your application, your complete application, already in the hands of an SBA lender. And again, there's no fees involved. It's from you. Okay? Nothing. So if anybody charges you money, that is not the way to do this. Okay? That's how you know it's a scam. Don't get caught up in that. I mean, I do understand people saying, I'll do your application and I'll pay you this amount of money, or they charge you a certain percentage or amount of money for their time. But it's really unnecessary. It's really easy. Either way, they're going to need the documents, and you got to get your documents together. All right? So go ahead. Let me know if you need any help. And I'm going to go ahead and do another video about the other program. I sent a lot of emails and texts out earlier this week about the economic injury disaster loan and the advance. And people are calling it a grant. It is a grant in a way, but it's really an advance on a loan. Okay. So, but I'll talk about that on the next video. But again, I'm going to post all this to the site, coronastimulus2020.biz. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.